Look at your hands for a moment. These hands, what do they hold? A phone, a steering wheel, a tool, a child's hand? Now, look closer. Can you see it? There, in the lines of your palms, in the pulse at your wrist, is a thread, an invisible, unbreakable thread. It doesn't connect you to Wi-Fi or a power grid. It connects you to a story that began on a windswept plain, under stars too numerous to count, with a man who heard a voice. That thread is a legacy of faith. We often think of faith as a personal, private thing. My beliefs, my struggles, my relationship with God, and it is. But what if your faith today is also an answer to a prayer uttered 4,000 years ago? What if your courage is the dividend of someone else's obedience? That's the story woven from Abraham to Joseph. It's not a series of isolated hero tales. It's a single, intergenerational drama about how faith is passed down, tested, refined, and sometimes seems to almost break, only to prove it was being woven into something breathtaking all along. Our story starts with Abraham. A man in a city called out. God makes him a staggering, almost nonsensical promise. Go to a land I will show you. I will make you a great nation, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Think of the weight of that. All peoples. The legacy wasn't just about land or descendants. It was about universal blessing. But Abraham had a problem. No son. The thread seemed thin, fragile. He tried to force it with Hagar. He laughed in disbelief. Yet, in his imperfect faith, he kept walking. He built altars. He pleaded for Sodom. He trusted God with his promised son Isaac on Mount Moriah. Abraham's legacy wasn't perfection. It was direction. He stepped into the unknown, trusting the voice more than the map. He passed down not a completed destiny, but a forward momentum. He established the covenant. Faith is the currency of relationship with God. Then comes Isaac, often seen as passive, but his legacy, digging again the wells his father dug. He faced opposition, but he persisted in reclaiming the sources of life that faith provided. He didn't blaze a new trail. He conserved the water of the promise. Then Jacob, oh Jacob, the deceiver, the grasper. If faith was a straight line, Jacob's life is a scribble. He stole the blessing. He wrestled with God. His legacy seemed to be one of conflict and manipulation. But what did God do? He met him in the mess. He renamed him Israel. He struggles with God. From Jacob, we learn that the legacy of faith isn't sanitized. It's real, gritty, and transformative. It includes family dysfunction, favoritism, jealousy, the betrayal of Joseph by his brothers. The thread here looks tangled, stained, like it might snap. The brothers throw Joseph in a pit and sell him into slavery. The promise seems buried in Egypt. What legacy did Jacob pass on? A broken family, but also a tenacity to hold on until blessing is given. The thread of faith isn't always pretty, but it is durable. And then Joseph, sold, enslaved, falsely accused, forgotten in prison for 13 years. If anyone had reason to say, the legacy is broken, God's promise failed me, it was Joseph. But look at his refrain. The Lord was with Joseph, in Potiphar's house, in the prison, in the palace. His legacy wasn't the coat of his father, but the presence of his God. He saw his life from a divine vantage point. And at the climactic moment, when he stands before the starving brothers who betrayed him, he speaks the golden hinge of this whole legacy. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Do you see it? The pit, the slavery, the prison, they weren't detours away from the promise. They were the delivery system for the promise. The thread didn't break in Egypt. It was woven into the very fabric of Egypt's power to save the very family of the promise. Joseph fulfilled the blessing to all peoples by preserving life in a famine. He saw that his personal suffering was part of a generational survival story. His faith legacy was providential perspective. So, what does this mean for you and me? First, you are a link. You are not starting from zero. Your faith journey is connected to those who walked before you, spiritual ancestors, praying parents, faithful mentors. Their obedience created a runway for your takeoff. Second, your faith has generational weight. The choices you make in faithfulness to date, to forgive, to serve, to trust in a season of pit or prison are not just about you. You are strengthening the thread for those who come after you. You are digging wells for your children's children. And third, God works the thread in both directions. He was working forward from Abraham's promise to Joseph's purpose, and he works backward from your life, weaving your story into the larger tapestry of his redemptive plan.